that a score? Oh. Got this Wales.
Hello folks, welcome back. It's day 2 of the Australian Underwater Rugby National Championships live from Adelaide. That's right, Adelaide, it's not Perth. We have got the penultimate game of day 2 in the Opens division. It's game number 27. This is the semi-final, seeing which team will play the gold medal match tomorrow. In the dark, we've got the UNSW Wales taking on the Pacific Warriors from Queensland. Here in the light, we've had 1 minute to play so far. We're on the Pacific Warriors goal tray defensively. Folks, I think this is going to be a real argy-bargy game. These are two pretty heavy-hitting teams, and I suspect we'll be seeing some blood in the water as the game goes on. There has been a call from the referee. It's really hard for the players to hear the buzzer in the water, so you might hear it on the live stream, and the players don't. So occasionally we'll see these unusual plays where players sort of partially stopped as we're waiting for everyone to clock. There's been a call from the referee. It's going to be a UNSW free throw. UNSW undefeated in Pool A of this tournament. The Opens division split into 2 pools, and Pacific Warriors finishing second after a nail-biting match between Sea Dragons and Brisbane Gulls to determine which teams in Pool B would make it to the Open semi-finals. Sea Dragons conquering the Gulls, sealing Pacific Warriors' ticket to the semi-finals. Here's a push now from UNSW on the Pacific Warriors goal tray. You can see Stephen lurking on the open side, waiting for a pass from his teammate. Doesn't get it, and the Pacific Warriors have turned the ball over. Here's a counter-attack. Got a little bit of support, strong forechecking from UNSW. He's got a man in front of him. He finds him, but the pass is a bit loose. Just manages to hold on, and support coming from behind. Shut down by Stephen. Has he got a teammate coming with him? Yes, he has. Pacific Warriors just edging towards the Wales goals. Sydney, I think, the box favourites for this match. They've won this tournament many times. Pacific Warriors, the new entrants into the league. It's their first time after splintering off from the Brisbane Gulls. Plenty of experience in that team nevertheless, and some new faces from Auckland as well, making this team a Barbarians team interesting impact on the tournament is that the Pacific Warriors can play these finals, but they're not eligible for a medal. So all the teams participating in the semi-final this afternoon and the grand finals tomorrow, the top 3 teams will all medal regardless of outcomes in these matches, which is great news for the Sydney Stingrays playing their first ever final series. They've already earned themselves, at the very least, a bronze medal. Okay, after a bit of pressure on the UNSW goal basket and a bit of friendly fire from our referees who've kicked our cameras, we've got a push from UNSW onto the Pacific Warriors goal basket. Big drive from Stephen. He's a very powerful young man. His teammate attempts to steal the basket. He did get it for a second, but good scrambling from Pacific Warriors. They've closed off that offensive drive. About 4 minutes into the game. It's been fast and furious so far, but it's a huge pool here in Adelaide. So as the tournament goes on, as the game goes on, that is, expect to see a bit more surface scrumming, a few less fins underwater. Interesting setup for our goalie there. He's got one tiny little fin and one big old waterway. So I wonder if he's dealing with a little ankle injury. We've got a call from the referees up on the surface. I think the ball might have gone out of bounds, so if the ball enters the staircase area of this court, the referees are playing it safe. They call the foul, stop play. And we're coming back out towards the centre, so it might be a ref ball. Yeah, all the players setting up. So anyone's ball has gone straight to the floor, missed everyone. Picked up by UNSW, who's got support in the middle from, I think that might be Nico number 9. Carlos, sorry. Stolen back from Pacific Warriors. Big tussle, some nice juggling from UNSW. Maintained possession almost. Another turnover from the Pacific Warriors, who I think I'm just going to call the Warriors from now on. It's too many syllables. Drop down to a teammate beneath who gets nice arm bar. Fends off 2 men. Finds his teammate. Another fend. And good support underneath. Here's a chance for a counter-attack now. 1 forechecking player, 2 forechecking players, and they will stream back towards their basket to set their defense. 1 man underneath, doesn't see him, and he's had a steal from the opponent. Fortunately, dropped to his hand anyway. And playing it safe, the Warriors look to move it to the closed side. Nice aggressive offense from the UNSW forward. Caused a contested ball about 3 metres out from the Wales basket. And ball to the surface. We'll see some scrum action again, very close to that out of bounds area on the staircase. Players aren't allowed to sit or stand on the stairs during the gameplay. It's not strictly refereed, but it is a foul. Alright, play pushing out from the defensive basket. UNSW now on the counter-attack. Got teammates sporting in the middle, but the forechecking energy is pretty good. Good efforts from Pacific Warriors to slow the counter-attack. Ball still in the hands of the Whales. And a nice 45 switch. 2 men supporting. Here's the counter-attack now. Is it going to be a 2-on-1? It's 2-on-2 defense set up for Pacific Warriors. Alright, recycling on the close side. Bit of a loose pass and good press defense from Warriors forward. I really like how the Warriors are playing here. It's nice and aggressive play, trying to get the turnovers, not just holding defensively on their basket. It's not quite working, but I like to see the pressure put on the attacking team. He's got a man in the middle, but I think he's a bit too far to risk the pass. Another one coming down now. It's just waiting for support. Such a long court, long way to sub, and sometimes you see your players going back to the bench. You need to just sort of kill the clock, spend some time recycling in that far corner. So that's what we're seeing here. Single buzzer sound. I think that might have been an accident. And fortunately, the players haven't heard it either, so we're going to keep playing. Good setup from UNSW, but no luck in getting the press on the goals. The goalie's pushed out towards the ball very wisely. He's come back to the basket. He's spent though. And another turnover for the Warriors, but the refs have seen something they don't like. And we'll have a stoppage of play. I can see deck ref Remy telling the teams it's going to be timeout. I'm not sure what the foul call is, so we'll have a minute to rest. Both teams have one 1 minute timeout per half, so 2 timeouts per game. I don't know who's called this timeout. I think it might have been the Warriors. They've been under a bit more pressure than Wales this first half. I think Wales sort of pressing the Warriors' defense more often than not. Some very good counterattacks from the Warriors. Some nice forechecking from both sides. Certainly the Wales game to lose. They've sort of entered this tournament as the favourites. They've won it on many occasions in the past. The Warriors with a lot to prove, establishing themselves as a new team, first time entering this tournament. Some new faces, some very experienced ones as well, with 20 seconds left on this timeout, around 4 minutes left to play in the first half. Going to be another Wales free throw. I don't think they've had any called against them yet this half. The Pacific Warriors a little bit too enthusiastic. I think there's a little bit of rough play, a little bit of holding without the ball. Means these fouls are getting called against them. Previously in this court we had the first final for the 5-8 placings in the Opens division. We had the Gauls taking on Adelaide and Gauls taking down Adelaide. I think it was 3-0. All right, ready for a restart. It's going to be a Wales free throw around 3 metres out from the Warriors' defensive basket. Warriors a long way off, just letting that first pass go straight to the... oh dear, that's very close to being around the neck. Yeah, I'm not sure he's got away with it either. We might even see a kick out here. Scotty Phillips from Convicts is going to call a free for the Wales for a high tackle, no kick out. I don't really think it was intentional. I think it was just a bit too enthusiastic to make the tackle. But a good call from Scotty. He saw that really well from the close side. So Wales now with their second free throw. Warriors a bit more switched on this time. They don't let the pass get away. And they've got the turnover. It's interesting sometimes you get that free throw and it should be an advantage for your team, but you get the turnover straight away off the first pass and suddenly you're scrambling to defend. There's another call against the Warriors, so their third fault in about a minute and a half, right on their defensive basket. I don't think anyone's been warned just yet, so it must be different faults. Another quick free throw from the Wales. They've got good numbers around the basket, stolen a lot of the space underneath. Goalie's doing really well to hold themselves there, and the Warriors forwards put a lot of pressure on the Wales to clear it back out. They'll recycle in the far corner. 2.5 minutes to play, neither team successfully scoring yet. A lot of pressure from the Wales, especially the last 3 or 4 minutes. But a pretty rock solid defense for the Warriors so far. Once again, press defense for the Warriors. They've got a forward tussling to get the turnover. Another one coming down to Hunt. As Stevens stolen all the space around the basket. He just doesn't quite have the position to leverage the goalie off. Keeps possession though, finds his man. Hold on. All right, a minute and a half left in this first half. Wales really now in the position to get themselves a goal before entering the half-time. Stevens ready and waiting, but no love getting the ball to him. The pass out, Wales just taking their time here to recycle it, get the support. The Warriors, real testament to their fitness. They haven't had a lot of gaps open up. Beautiful steal there from the Warriors forward. He'll look to push out. He's been sniped from above though. I think that's... Oh, wanted to say it was Ben Maslin. It was Jason. Well picked up. In the commentary booth. All right, another chance from the Whales. They got 2-on-2. Warriors streaming down. They've shut it down nicely. Stephen once again in that danger position. Can they get him the ball? He's going to hold the space, but team's just a little bit too slow to get there for him. And by the way things are going, I think they're going to have to settle for 0-0 going into half-time. Just 30 seconds left. I don't really see the Warriors scoring from here. Wales might just be in with a sniff of a chance to get one on the board. There's 5 Warriors down, so if they can just hold the ball until those men pop, their scoring chances right there. This is it, folks. Last chance for this first half. Can they get that gap to open up for them to exploit? I think they have to make a move now if they're going to make it at all. Final seconds, and they've done it. The ball just on half-time. I think it was a goal within time. Scott Phillips is signalling that it was a goal really right within a whisker of half-time. So Wales finally capitalising. They worked hard that first half to make opportunities for themselves. I think they knew they really had to get a move on before the half-time was called, and it's not popped up on the screen, but I'm pretty sure that will be the first goal of the match. I'm not sure who scored it. I think Stephen was right in there, but I don't think it came off his hand. We're hearing number 5 for UNSW. It doesn't look like they have a number 5, so I'm wondering if it's number 50, which would be Jason, or number 55, which is Ben Maslin. Tough start for the Warriors. They had really solid defense, not a lot of scoring opportunities. I did really like the way their forwards were so aggressive in defense, putting the pressure on the Wales, getting some really nice turnovers, but Wales doing an excellent job to forecheck and shut down. So we'll enter half-time with a 1-0 lead going to the Wales. Warriors with a lot to prove before this game concludes. The winner of this match moving to the grand final. Tomorrow afternoon, the loser will have to settle for the 3v4 playoff. Still to come in this tournament, we've got one more game for today. Also in the semi-finals, playing for the gold medal match. Tomorrow we've got VSD from Victoria taking on Sydney Stingrays, their very first final series in their 10-year history. So very exciting match. Please don't leave. We've got 15 minutes left to play, or might be 12 minutes left to play for this semi-penultimate match for day 2. Right, folks, 20 seconds left in the half-time. Pacific Warriors trailing the UNSW Wales by 1 goal. If you missed it, just slot it in with about a second left in the first half. Otherwise, a real nail-biter match. It's been an arm wrestle between two very tough teams. And most excitingly, we'll see who wins the swim-off. Some very fast legs for both teams. Oh, goodness gracious. Stevens just absolutely demolished them on the swim-off. Interesting play to pop right up. He's tried to draw the players to him. I don't think it's quite worked, and we're right on the out-of-bounds line. Wales just managing to keep possession and some nice long breath holds. Good support in front of him if he can reach them, and he can. So the Wales now coming in very slowly, nice and relaxed. They've got their comfy lead, but they can't afford to take the foot off the gas. It's too easy to get complacent when you leave them leading a match. He's got his man underneath, but the goal is very solidly set up, so probably better to just recycle it out, which is exactly what the Wales will do. Good strategic decision making there. Gives the team just an opportunity to rest, and also means that the defending team has to really park themselves on the basket. Here's a chance now. They've set up strongly. 2 men around the basket. Warriors doing an excellent job to strip and rip. Punch it out forward. He's tried to beat a Steven, and we've just entered a bit of a dead zone. I think whatever the ploy was, it hasn't quite come off. And we'll have to use our imagination there, folks. It's popped up right on the surface, right in that dead zone. We're about 6 meters out from the Warriors' defensive basket. All right, big melee, smashing through the middle. Warriors just get a hold of the ball. Got a man underneath, and he's found him. Explosive effort from Steven, just pushed it out of his hand. Got a hold of himself. Led in front for the pass. Ball's dropped to the floor, and the Warriors defenders just pushed out for the counter-attack. He's popped up to the surface against the forechecker, and he'll be wrapped up, pushed right towards the staircase, and Scott Phillips isn't going to have a bar of that. It's an out of bounds, and I think it was in the Warriors' hand, so it's going to be a free throw against them. Unless the calls for rough play, which might make things interesting. Well, Scotty's got the ball in hand, so I think he's having a big chat with the fellas in the water. I think he's saying, please be careful around those stairs. They're pretty dangerous. Someone's head could smack right into them, so he's made the decision to have a ref ball in the middle of the court. Warriors with no one underneath. The support's got to come from below, not from the sides, and Wales have taken the opportunity to wrap it up, bring it to the surface. Big melee up the top with no one from either team really getting under the ball. I think they're just going to try and drive it on the surface, which is a pretty tough strategy to maintain. Takes a lot of effort to fight someone up there for so long. But I think the fatigue's starting to set in for both teams. They're on their 4th game of the tournament. And like I said earlier, it's a very big court, so long way to swim, long way to dive. There's about 4 or 5 people in that melee. Warriors just look to swim the pack towards the Whale basket. There's a Wales player underneath doing the right thing to try and get a hold of the ball. He's been rewarded. He's got a player on the inside, hasn't seen him, which is a shame. He might release it to him now. Yep. Cuts 45 across the pool. He's got a Warriors player on the forecheck, but a good inside supporting effort. Defends nicely with his legs. He's being tackled by 2 men. Got the support beneath. And a slow fan, more support coming through, so he swims the line. Wrapped up again. Really nice forechecking from both teams throughout this match. Ball's just a bit locked up. Support from below, and we've got another melee, this time underwater. Warriors just look to bring it out. They haven't succeeded, and a Wales player waiting below. It's going to be a one-on-one on the basket. Goalie's dropped down to the back position, finds his way back up. He's got support from below and quickly relieved by his teammate. Wales just bring it out about 2 meters out. Pivot position, looks to swim around. He's got a player from above and another one coming. Here we go. Here's the set play from the Wales. Doesn't quite come away. Great effort from the forwards from Warriors. They make the drive. He's swum straight into traffic though. And we've got another melee 6 or 7 meters out from the Warriors basket. I think that was a really textbook example of how the Wales are looking to score their goals. They get their pivot position and then 2 players come in either side of the basket. Look to press from either side, maybe come up over the top and release down to that player who'll go for the shove if they can get the goalie off the basket. Didn't quite work for them this time, but a very good strategy. Wales back again as Stephen looks to drive. Very nice defense set up though. He's got a player below who I think will just take his time here, try and put some consistent pressure on the back line. Another supporter in at his fins. Bit of a press from the Warriors back. And he gets the ball, so good effort in defense once again from the Warriors. He's swum again into traffic and this time no support from beneath. Wrapped up by 2 Wales players. And our 3rd or 4th melee of the game. It's really a testament to how fatiguing this is. Players starting to struggle to get underwater to support. Warriors have their chance to drive. He's come to the surface. Once again, no players underneath to release the ball to. Spilled back from behind. Wales pick up. He'll take the space behind. He's got a player in front of him. But no one underneath. Went quite close to the out of bounds line. It'll just stay in. Nice pick up from the Wales player there. He's been tackled immediately but holds possession well. Flicks it forward. But there's a call from the referee. It's a 2-minute kick out for the Pacific Warriors. They've committed a substitution foul. They had 7 in the water, and eagle-eyed Remy from the Convicts wasn't going to have any of that. So they're going to play with 5 men in the water. A really unfortunate foul to give away, and not one you want to... Not an accident you want to make with about 4 minutes left to play. So they'll enter the last 4 minutes of the game with a disadvantage, 1 man down, 6 on 5. Taking the opportunity to call a timeout. It's a black timeout, which is interesting. The Wales sort of in the box seat here, ready to apply some pressure on the Warriors. I think they've given them perhaps the breathing room they would have asked for. I think if it had been me, I would have tried to just smash a goal in quickly, but the Wales have been attacking in their forward 50 a lot, so maybe it's a good chance to get some substitution, fresh legs in from the bench. Ten seconds left of this timeout, 4 minutes left to play in the second half. UNSW Wales leading over the Pacific Warriors 1-0. We'll see what they can do with this free throw. I wouldn't be surprised if they really try and smash the basket, get a goal in quickly. Their play style so far this match has been very patient, deliberate, but here's an opportunity that will be hard to say no to with a 1-man advantage in the water. Not a lot left to lose for the Warriors here. They really need to get a goal on the board if they want to keep their tournament alive. Thought we might see an attack over the top there, but doesn't seem to be in the Wales playbook. I really like this triangle strategy they're setting up around the basket. It hasn't really come off for them, but I like the thinking. Pivot player just pushing out, waiting for his teammate to come in and support, set up around the basket. Doesn't quite happen this time, but the players are coming in now. Looks for them, doesn't find them. A little bit too slow to come in. Nice breath hold from the ball carrier there. Real scrap and scrape on the close side. The goalie did well to maintain the basket. And nice efforts once again from the Warriors players. I think there was a little bit of holding without the ball. And they got the turnover for it. Ball at the surface with just under 3 minutes left to play. Warriors really need to start throwing everything in the kitchen sink at this if they want to try and stay in it. They haven't had many chances on the Wales basket this half. Need to see what they can do. I think start throwing people forward very aggressively. See if they can get those turnovers with the ball. Get some pressure on the Wales basket. Very close to the out of bounds, this melee. Ooh. Big bodies you can see sort of flying up towards the surface. Desperation play from the Warriors to try and strip the ball back. I think might now be in the hands of the Wales. Got a chance now. It's almost one-on-one, but the backs come in to support. He's left his position, but it won't matter. He took the pressure away from that Wales player who's popped up to the surface, dropped down. Wales might look to just slow down the game here with a minute and a half left to play. They don't need a goal. Oh, a bit of a high tackle. Not getting the players around him, but gets a good pass away. He's going to go himself. And pressure on the goalie, but the forwards have come down. Goalie's being held on the basket, and they've got the space underneath, so an interesting tactic. It hasn't paid off. In fact, it's been a turnover for the Warriors. Up to the surface for a referee call. 1 minute left to play. Clock doesn't stop for these calls. Wales getting sent back, so this is the opportunity the Warriors really needed. 50 seconds left for them to get a goal. They need to take this free throw as quickly as they can. And there's some sort of sluggish swimming, so not in a hurry. I think they made a very good decision to call a timeout, so they've saved themselves some very valuable time on the clock. 42 seconds left to play. I think for the Wales players in the water, that's one really solid dive. So just get underwater, stay underwater. Alright, end of that timeout with 42 seconds left to play. Warriors will get their free throw from the middle. I'd love to see one of the Warriors players just sprinting towards the basket, try and steal it, just get in the heads of the UNSW players who haven't really had to defend their basket for this whole tournament. Free throw taken, pass made it to the player, but immediately wrapped up by 2 or 3 of the Wales, and we're back up on the surface. This might be how we close out the game, folks. It'll just be one big brawl on the surface for the next 20 or 30 seconds. Unless someone can do something magical for the white team, which might be about to happen. Here's the push they've needed all game. I think there might have been a foul from the Wales, but it's all too late. The clock's going to run out. And the Wales will take the win, so they secure their ticket into the final tomorrow afternoon. Surely the favourites entering this match, but they had a fight on their hands with the Warriors players. Great game from both teams, really enjoyable watching. Nice to see that strategy, especially for the Wales players. Got one game left to play on day 2. It's game number 28. Victoria's Sea Dragons will take on Sydney's Stingrays to see who will move on with Wales to the grand final tomorrow afternoon. So stick around, folks. Thanks for joining us.